Puss grinned. Things were going just as he had planned. But he had more work to do.
If you will excuse me, I'll go and make suitable arrangements to receive our king at the castle,
Puss said. Marquis was puzzled because he didn't live in a castle. But he kept quiet. Puss ran ahead and met some men mowing the fields.
My good fellows, stop your work and listen. The king is coming this way, and you are all in grave trouble. The only way to save yourselves is to say that these fields belong to the Lord Marquis of Carabas,
Puss announced. The mowers looked at Puss in surprise. They were scared.
This Lord Marquis must be very powerful,
they thought. They agreed to do exactly what the cat said, to save themselves. Puss went ahead and saw some men and women reaping grain in a field.
My good fellows, you can reap later, but listen to me now. The king is coming this way, and he'll make mince-meat of you, unless you say that these fields belong to the Lord Marquis of Carabas,
Puss announced. The reapers were very puzzled, but they definitely did not want to become mincemeat. They promised to tell the king that the fields belonged to nobody but Lord Marquis of Carabas. Puss went ahead and warned everybody to tell the king that the land belonged to Lord Marquis. The people thought that it wouldn't be right to mess with Lord Marquis. They decided to do exactly what the cat asked. But Puss had still more work to do. Huff! Puff! He ran all the way until he reached a huge castle. Can you guess whose castle it was? Yes, the castle and all the lands belonged to a fierce and powerful ogre. But Puss was not scared of the ogre. He knocked at the castle door. Blim, blam. 2 guards opened the door.
I'd like to pay my respects to your mighty master,
said Puss. The guards knew that the ogre loved anybody who admired him. So they let Puss in at once. Puss bowed low to the ogre.
I have heard much about your great powers. Is it really true that you can transform yourself into any animal you wish?
Asked Puss.
Even a lion?
Watch me,
said the ogre. Right before Puss's eyes, he transformed himself into a mighty lion. He roared so fiercely that Puss sprang up the curtains in fright. The ogre laughed loudly.
That's amazing,
said Puss.
But I bet you can't turn yourself into a small creature. That's the most difficult thing in the world.
I can,
said the ogre.
No, it would be impossible for a mighty ogre to turn into something like, for instance, a mouse,
said Puss.
Oh, really?
Asked the ogre, snapping his fingers. Boom! The ogre became a tiny mouse and scurried across the room. Quick as lightning, Puss pounced on the mouse and ate it in one gulp. Puss licked his lips. He clapped his hands 3 times and summoned all the people living in the castle.
The ogre is no more,
Puss announced.
Will you accept Lord Marquis of Carabas as your master? He is kind and just, good and generous.
The guards, maids, cooks, servants, and everyone else in the castle looked at Puss in surprise. But they nodded at once. They had never really liked the ogre anyway. Puss ordered everyone to prepare a feast for Lord Marquis and his very special guest, the king himself.
The coach with the king, the princess, and my master will be here soon. I have to wake up the ogre right away.